And you guys obviously had a big enough name because we get into the late 80s and we got DJ Quik mentioning your name, NWA's name.
DJ Quik, was it's just the aspect of the streets. DJ Quik was a blood, we was Crips. We had a year or two success before he came along.
You know what that kind of reminds me of, and I don't know, I could be wrong. It's almost like the 50 Cent How to Rob, where he starts just naming a bunch of rappers whose attention he can get.
If I'm a young blood nigga and these Crip niggas is all rapping and got record deals and whatever, and these niggas is from, my first aspect is fuck them niggas. I'm going to get on a demo tape and I'm going to talk about fuck Eazy-E, fuck MC Eiht, fuck Compton's Most Wanted, fuck all them Crip niggas. You get me? I mean, it was clever. As far as to get his way, you know what I'm saying? It's his demo tape. I'm at the home in my garage making. I'm not thinking that this shit is going to be on a fucking double platinum album next year.
Yeah.
I'm in my fucking garage going, fuck Eazy-E. Fuck MC. I'm doing this for the homies. You get me? Homies come over and listen to the demos and fuck this nigga and fuck that Crip nigga and fuck that nigga. They like, yeah, nigga, give me one of them. Give me one of them. You get me? Not knowing, shit, 2 years from now, this is going to be my first album. So, and then like I said, it's the art of war.
At some point, it must have, because I think they said that it was 87 when he put out, was it really though? Or something like that.
He put out because, my DJ was a blood. Mike T was a blood. So Mike T got a hold of the tape. Even before Quik even signed a record deal and anything, it was his actual demo tape. And I listened to it. He was, fuck Compton's Most Wanted, fuck them crabs. That's what the Bloods call it.
How long do you think it took before that record got to you where you're like, okay, was it right away or did it,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was working on my second album.
Okay.
You get me?
I know in the 1990, I think we got a response out of you.
It really wasn't response because I didn't know Quik, but people did it like that because it just fit so perfectly.
Okay.
He did the demo tape. I didn't know anything about a DJ Quik or the demo tape. So as I'm recording Straight Checking Them, I do a song called Death Wish. Okay. And on the song, I make a reference to what the East Coast would call stealing your style. They would call it biting, right? Oh, you biting, you biting. Fucking, they had a whole record about it called You Only Bite It, whatever. So I said a verse, I'm just speaking in general. And I said a verse in Death Wish where I said, if you biting me quick, then you get my duck sick quick. It was perfect. You get me?
Yeah.
Because at the time he was working on his demo, he dissed us secretly. I didn't know about it, but when it came out, niggas went, he dissing you because of that tape. I had never known about DJ Quik. I didn't even know about him. So right when Straight Checking Them dropped is when Mike T comes to the studio with the demo tape. And I heard the fuck CMW, fuck Eazy-E, blah, blah, blah. So it just took off. Nigga, it like you put gas to flame right there and it's over with. And it just took off. And he, the next thing you know, he dissed. And then I came back with Death Wish, and then he came back with Dollars&Sense, and then it was just, by that time, it was just through the roof.
Like that. Yeah.
It was just through the roof by the end. And then I came back with the other Death Wish, and then then by that time, niggas started getting shot, and niggas was getting, because by then, the whole Crip and Blood beef was really, for rappers, it was really going off at that time. So if you was affiliated with a gang and you was rapping in LA at the time, then it was probably gonna end up in some fucked up situations.
Well, tell me the atmosphere, because in '95 you came out on the Source Awards,
Right?
performing
Mm-hmm.
pretty much the diss song,
Yes, he did.
and you were in attendance.
Yes, I was.
What was the atmosphere? Did you know he was going to pull something like that, or was you kind of just like, oh, did he really just come the fuck
Did
out
I
to
think
this?
he was gonna pull the song? No, we all didn't. It was a move because if you notice that the tension in the air that night, it was just
Right.
Death Row was out to say fuck everyone that night. And it was a setup by a Suge. Suge like, no, you doing this motherfucker song.
Damn.
You get me? You know. So, but like I said, the tension in the air at the Source Awards that night was, we come to say fuck everybody. And that's what the perception was with Death Row. I mean, come on, they're in New York and they're
Right.
dissing Puffy and them on stage. They didn't give a fuck. They came about 50 deep and they didn't give a damn. So I only had 9 niggas with me. There was nothing we could do.
Yeah.
So get up there, sing your song, do whatever you gonna do. But we're not dumb. There's no way we can fight 50
I feel
niggas.
it. I feel
you
it.
get me? I got 8 dudes with me.
Yeah.
So, but I always say it's the art of war. It's the act of war. When you in war, man, you pull whatever punches you can.
You just wasn't gonna pull no Will Smith to get up on there and smack a nigga.
Because not if we wanted to,
Right.
not if we wanted to tear up the whole motherfucking arena
Right.
and probably not make it out of that motherfucker. Because
Right.
I
That
don't
would
give a
be-
fuck what you say. 8 niggas can't fight 50.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna work. So no matter how hard you want to be or proclaim or whatever, it's just the aspect. Just like the homies got into a situation where Quik was performing one night. They was 4 deep in the club. They tried it. Somebody lost their life that night.
Damn, yeah.
You get me? It's, it's just the situations of like I said, gang banging at the time, being a rapper in LA is sort of like now. You know what I'm saying? You see all of them niggas dropping and dying and whoopty whoop. At that time, you could lose your life behind rap music. You know what I'm saying? So Biggie did, Tupac did, you know what I'm saying? When you was crossing that lifestyle, oh man, come on, you know what I'm saying? Tupac lost his life because he fighting with the South Side, with the South Side homies, Bloods and Crips. Niggas didn't take that shit lightly, you feel me?
Well, you was already having success. I mean, you go back to 1993, you had the Menace to Society, Straight Up Menace.
Definitely. At the time, me and Quik were working on squashing the beef. Niggas got kids, families. You start looking at other shit that's, you got to start, understanding that when you in this entertainment business, it could take you a lot of places. You deal with a lot of people, You might run across a motherfucker that might be a true DJ Quik fan. You get me? And so, just like he might run into a motherfucker that's a diehard MC8 fan.
Right.
So, and you never know where that could be. You could be at the motherfucking grocery store shopping one day, and a nigga got it in his mind, I'm finna take off on this nigga because whoopty whoop. So you start evaluating what's more important. So that's how we became to squash the beef. Start learning that, man, this other shit. You get me? I got kids. I'm still out here trying to chase dollars. I'm still out here working, doing other shit. So to have beef when you trying to live as an entertainer and all that shit, it's the dumbest shit in the world.
Was that right around the BET? You guys sat down and had an interview
with Tavis Smiley?
Yeah.
Yeah, Snoop put that together.
Okay.
I was working with Snoop at the time. Quik was also working with him, doing music and everything. So Snoop just figured it would be, cool if we would both go on the show, despite our differences, and then try to,
Because he's already seeing the Tupac and the
Right.
Biggies
So
and
I think I even ended up out because me and Quik had never fucked around and we had never been that, close up, face to face. And I think after that, he invited me to the studio and I ended up going to do a song with him and Mossberg, rest in peace, and all of that. So,
yeah, I think I don't know exactly what the song was about or anything, but you think if the song would have been released at that time, it would have been on a major scale? Because here you guys are with the history that you had.
I think
If
it would
you
have
would,
probably, and for the fact that it was me and him, and then, like I said, rest in peace, Mossberg was one of his proteges. He was on the record. I think it would have probably deaded a lot of tension that was in the streets about Eiht and Quik and whatever. So, but unfortunately, Mossberg got shot and killed, and that probably kind of
yeah.
slowed that down. You get me?